Anime, anime, anime TV, cha! Guten Tag and welcome to Anime TV. I'm your host, Operation Blitzkrieg, and today I'll be reviewing Saga of Tanya the Evil. After a quick argument with God, a recently deceased salaryman is reincarnated. Not as a butterfly, nor a super cute alpaca, but instead a 9-year-old girl called Tanya, who lives in Germany at the beginning of the First World War. But this isn't World War One as we know it. Sure, there are soldiers and guns, but a country's main asset is their use of powerful mages who can blow enemies away using magic. And it just so happens that Tanya is the most feared of all these mages. And using that power, she is going to do everything she can to help Germany win the war. Whoa, 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 hold up. Are the Nazis supposed to be the heroes in this story? Oh, Scheißen. Saga of Tanya the Evil is a highly rated show, scoring 7.97 on my anime list. But to be honest, I don't really understand why. Don't get me wrong, the show is reasonably enjoyable, but I don't really understand the purpose of the show. I mean, what is it that I'm supposed to be enjoying? Is Tanya supposed to act as a World War One history lesson? Now, I don't know World War One very well, so there is a chance that Tanya the Evil is an accurate depiction of all the battles that took place. But when you throw magic powers and flying horses into the mix, you have to also wonder what other historical inaccuracies have snuck in. Okay then, perhaps we are supposed to marvel at the storytelling. Yet again, I would have to say no. The story flies from battle to battle so quickly that there's never really any chance for suspense or drama to set in. And to be honest, a lot of the time it feels like you're being told the story instead of actually experiencing it for yourself. Well then, is the purpose to cheer on and get behind the main characters? Cheer on the Nazis and celebrating their victories? Are you kidding me? Then perhaps the idea is to highlight the atrocities of war. Throughout the show, we see lots of scenes of bloodshed and inhuman acts of genocide. But to be honest, these scenes are a little bit tame, scoring probably a PG-13 at most. And, well, if the writers really think this does justice to all the horrible acts that took place in World War One, then they probably haven't done their research properly. Then surely the purpose of the show is to showcase the Tanya character. I would say yes, and it makes sense really, because Tanya is a good, unique character. She's an evil little pixie that would quite happily send hundreds of innocents to their slaughter, as long as it would guarantee her a day's rest and a nice warm cup of coffee. Throughout the show, we hear Tanya's inner thoughts, and she's quite funny in a dark, cynical sort of way. Kind of like the main character from Watamote, just with blonde hair. Although Tanya is a decent main character, I can't help but think she'd be better off inside another show, because everything in this show is just so weak. In particular, her support cast are pretty much non-existent. Although they do have potential, they are completely undeveloped and given so little screen time that there's almost no point in them being there whatsoever. And that's where the writers have got it wrong. You can't put all your eggs in one basket and expect one character to carry a whole show on their own. Take Haruhi Suzumiya, for example. Haruhi is a larger-than-life main character, just like Tanya, but her show works so much better. And that's because she has an awesome support cast around her. Without them, her show would be nothing. Tanya is a show of contrasts. It does one thing well, and that same thing absolutely terribly. Tanya is a good main character, but her support cast are some of anime's very worst. And the same could be said about the animation. The wartime backgrounds in this show are absolutely stunning, with Nazi flags hanging from every building. But I do have to say, the character designs well and truly suck the big one. I mean, look at Tanya's hair. And what about this guy's hair? And don't even get me started on this character. I could draw better on Microsoft Paint. See? Add a little colour, a fancy background, and okay, it's not as good, but you get my point. Tanya the Evil is a unique show, unlike most other things on the market. So I decided to research some recommendations. And some sites recommended Overlord, others suggested Attack on Titan, and one even suggested Girls in Panzer. But if you ask me, the obvious suggestion is Code Geass. Both shows are set in war-torn kingdoms, and both shows follow a maniacal lead character that's hell-bent on world domination. Although the humour and the final battle were both decent, I can't help but feel like Tanya was nothing more than wasted screen time. The show isn't terrible, not even close, but much like Maiden Abyss, it took far too long to get going. 62%. Anyway, that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Lots of people love Tanya the Evil, but unfortunately I was not one of them. I just don't understand this show's success. So if you're watching this video and you love Tanya the Evil, then please message me and explain to me what it is I'm struggling to understand. P.S. Don't forget to support Anime TV by subscribing and watching some of our other videos.